As we've explored the newest Darth Vader comic, similar to that, the Star Wars comic series is also intertwining with the War of the Bounty Hunters storyline. As we all know by now, the War of the Bounty Hunters storyline is all about the hunt for Han Solo. Vader is after him, Luke is of course after him, trying to retrieve his friend, but Boba Fett has lost him officially. Now he needs to bring him back by any means necessary. This means Jabba the Hutt insists on it, as well as for some reason Dr. Aphra, which we're gonna discover in future comic releases. The prelude for this comic, Star Wars number 13, reads as follows. The Rebel fleet awaits word from their missing comrades Shara Bay, lost on Starlight Squadron's first mission, and Han Solo, frozen in carbonite and in the hands of the infamous bounty hunter Boba Fett. A friendly signal from the Imperial Star Destroyer Tarkin's Well reaches the redemption in the middle of the night. Shara is alive, hiding in the depths of the ship and gleaning information about the Imperial systems. But the rebellion still seeks Boba Fett and his cargo. If for some reason you weren't aware of what happened after Empire Strikes Back, as the 2020 Star Wars comic series has explained, after Luke lost his blue lightsaber, his Anakin's lightsaber basically, he went on to find a new yellow lightsaber that he got from a Jedi temple. The first page shows you how serious Luke Skywalker is about his training, and it finally comes to fruition. In this comic, you will see Luke Skywalker coming into his own. The first issue of Star Wars 2020 showed a very shaky Luke Skywalker similar to the past. He is still growing up and finding out his true power as a Jedi. Now I think we're there. Deep Space, the Rebel fleet. There are a number of training droids surrounding Luke Skywalker in various colors. If we can count, there are 8 or 9 of them coming towards Luke Skywalker, who is completely calm. Even his lightsaber is not ignited. A Jedi can feel the Force flow through him, says Luke Skywalker, opens his eyes, ignites his yellow blade, and in a swift move goes up into the air and with his lightsaber starts slashing at the droids. Even used the Force to blow up a canister just in order to shake off some training droids who were still firing at him while he was twirling around the air, confident in his abilities and in the Force. You can see that his lightsaber skills have improved as well, his stance and everything in between. Right at that nick of time, in comes R2-D2 and 3PO. Pardon me, says 3PO Master Luke, if I might have a moment. Luke is so in tune with the Force, so focused that he does not even flinch and is not even bothered that somebody has disrupted his training. At that moment, Luke remembers Yoda telling him, "You will know when you are calm, at peace, that you have become a Jedi." Luke turns to 3PO. With his lightsaber ignited, there is a training droid right behind him and it shoots at Luke Skywalker, who simply deflects the bolts without even looking at it and slashes it with his lightsaber. This is how mighty Luke Skywalker had become. His duel with Darth Vader had him cross that threshold. He would no longer be the frightened, disillusioned Luke Skywalker. He knew who his father was, he knew who his family was, his origins, where did he come from. He was the son of the almighty Anakin Skywalker, and he would start being exactly like his father was before he fell to the dark side. This startled 3PO at the very least, who said, "Oh my goodness, sir, I hope I did not startle you during your training." "No," 3PO said, "Luke, it's fine. A Jedi should be able to stay focused throughout much bigger distractions than someone saying hello. What do you need?" "It is in fact R2-D2, explains 3PO. "He wishes to share something with you, and it is connected to the events on Elfrona, the planet where Luke found his new lightsaber." But before R2 could share this new information with Luke Skywalker, who I believe it is either about the Grand Inquisitor, some finding that R2 made, or that Vader had visited the place right after Luke left. But either way, Chewbacca disrupts everything by telling Luke Skywalker and the gang that they have spotted Boba Fett on Nar Shaddaa. Unfortunately though for Luke Skywalker, his Jedi and lightsaber skills would not translate on a place like Nar Shaddaa. He pondered on bringing Lando as well, but Chewbacca believed that he is not to be trusted. Further, he does not think that Captain Solo would be pleased to see the face of the man who betrayed him the moment he is released from Carbonite. Indeed, it was so. Luke Skywalker recognized Chewbacca's concerns, and with that, they headed straight for Hutch Space, the smuggler's moon of Nar Shaddaa. And it is here that Luke Skywalker would go on to learn a lot more about not only Boba Fett, but the bounty hunting criminal underworld in general. There was still some bickering between R2 and 3PO. R2 wanted to tell his master Luke something very important, something from previous. 3PO though was adamant that Chewbacca and Luke were focused on the mission at hand, to release Han Solo from Boba Fett. Luke hadn't been here on Nar Shaddaa since that business with Gracchus the Hutt. In fact, this place, according to Luke, made Mos Eisley look like Anchorhead. He didn't want to spend one more second than they had to on this moon. Nar Shaddaa is mostly famous, for me at least, from video games, especially Jedi Outcast. Thumbs up to those guys who have played that game from start to finish. I'm playing it even to this day, years later, when you have to navigate through Nar Shaddaa with Kyle Katarn. It is very similar to that. The imagery is very cyberpunkish, and it is very unfortunate that we don't have a modern interpretation of what Nar Shaddaa would look like. We just have those old video games that do not show the full picture of Nar Shaddaa, I think. We see a few hints of modernizing in the Old Republic, but that game is very stringent. If we had an open world game where you could go to Nar Shaddaa, that would be awesome. We get reintroduced with Sagwa. Now Sagwa was a slave Wookiee that Chewbacca released together with Han Solo on the spice mines of Kessel. This character can be seen in Solo: A Star Wars Story, where Chewbacca last interacted with him, and this is the next time they see each other, presumably. This contact had actually seen Boba Fett in person, and that's why he had reached out to Chewbacca. Whilst both Wookiees are talking, C-3PO tells Luke that Sagwa is telling Chewbacca a new champion was recently crowned in the Garkada fighting arena. This warrior defeated the long-standing champion, a fighter named Wireman Listor, affiliated with the Kanji criminal enterprise. Was it Boba Fett? Asks Luke Skywalker. Then the news comes in. The name of this bounty hunter, Jango. Wrong name, says Luke Skywalker, but it sure looks like him. What the comic is actually trying to tell us is that Boba Fett is going through the pseudonym of his old father, still honoring the name of Jango Fett. In actuality, this holographic image is of Boba Fett, who is the champion, but he used the name of his father, Jango Fett. This is the first time that Luke Skywalker is actually made aware of the name Jango Fett, and would presumably from this point on go on to learn a lot more about the notorious bounty hunter that died on Geonosis at the hands of one of his father's bickering colleagues in Mace Windu. They're definitely going for that. In the animated series and in the comics, we have so much connecting tissue now that Star Wars is starting to become whole. This is the moment when Luke Skywalker learns the name of Jango Fett. We'll presumably ask Boba about it at some point in time. It will be interesting to see their conversation about that. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Will Luke Skywalker ask Boba about his pseudonym that he used on Nar Shaddaa, Jango? And what will Boba tell him? Talk to me down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.